everyone! Well, we're here, we're back, and today we're doing another anti-MLM video, and for this video we are heading back on over to Reddit for the week, filtering by top post of this week, and seeing what craziness the Huns have been up to. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you really like it, please subscribe. Make sure to check out my description below for all my fun links, and with that very short intro out of the way, let's get started. If Elon Musk can buy Twitter for $44 billion in less than 14 days just because he's a salty bitch, what is stopping you from paying $500 to join me in my doTERRA journey in the next 2 weeks? Do you simply love being poor? Think like a billionaire, ladies. Time to grind. Somebody replies, can you say it again with about 40 more emojis so I can really gauge how desperate and on the verge of financial ruin you are? And she responds, character limits must go. I feel like this has to be a joke. Like, she can't be serious, right? Like, she really can't be that, like, I don't even know the right word. Like, she really just can't be this silly about this. Like, yeah, Elon buying Twitter is maybe a weird thing, but hey, he's got the money to do it, and in the end, who really cares? Like, it's his money. He can spend it on whatever he wants. Just like how anyone who doesn't want to buy doTERRA, it's their money. Like, her thing is that she wants people to spend their money how she wants them to spend it, versus, like, Elon is spending his money how he wants to spend it, but yet she wants to be in control of other people's money. And it's like, do you simply love being poor? And it's like, well, when you look at doTERRA's income disclosure statement, it seems like the majority of them are not making any money, so I don't know. You're not making a great argument here. I gotta see what the comments say. Think like a billionaire. Make money like a hundredaire. MLMs. Spend like a billionaire while raking in tens of dollars in profit. You can't fail. I feel like even tens of dollars in profit is a little too much money. Are they really getting away with calling it a McFlurry? Isn't that a branded name for McDonald's? And this is from Herbalife. It says, M&M, McFlurry, and Strawberry Crush Mega Tea for my daily energy. And then on the menu it says Fruity Pebbles, Strawberry Shortcake, S'mores, blah, blah, blah. And at the very bottom it says M&M McFlurry. So they are correct that potentially at Herbalife, this one, I guess specifically, is calling it a McFlurry. And I definitely do think that McDonald's has a trademark, like a McFlurry is a McFlurry, just like how I'm pretty sure that Starbucks trademarked Frappuccino, because I remember one time years ago, I went to Coffee Bean and I called it a Frappuccino just because I was used to calling it that from going to Starbucks, and the girl behind the counter was like, it's not a Frappuccino, it's called ice blended. We don't have Frappuccinos here. And I was like, okay, one, I'm sorry, my bad, but you know, I know that it's like a thing, but again, didn't have to be so rude about it. Maybe she's just really tired of people calling it a Frappuccino, so I can understand that. But again, you could just say like, oh, it's actually an ice blended, not a Frappuccino. Starbucks has a trademark on that word. I'd be like, oh, okay. So yeah, I'm pretty sure McDonald's definitely has a trademark on that. I gotta see what the comments say. Are they really getting away with calling that tea? I don't even need to read the rest. That's all I need to see. We've investigated ourselves and found nothing wrong. Thank you. Is Primerica a pyramid scheme? No, Primerica is not a pyramid scheme. Primerica is a leading financial services provider that has been in business for over 40 years, is publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the stock symbol PRI, and is rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. And this answer was provided to you by Primerica themselves. So, you know what? They really looked in and said, are we a pyramid scheme? See, we're gonna have to go with no, we're not a pyramid scheme. And that's the only answer you need. But, I mean, of course they're going to say that. And it's sad, like, this is, like, something that pops up. Because a lot of people, maybe they're looking into Primerica and they would see this and be like, oh, okay, they're not a pyramid scheme, because obviously the first thing that pops up into Google, you know, but they're not going to look at who published this. And a lot of times with so many MLMs, if you Google them and you say is, almost the next auto-corrected thing that's going to pop up is it a pyramid scheme? So if all of these MLMs are not pyramid schemes, why are so many people wondering if they're pyramid schemes? And I get it, it's like, oh, because it's illegal, But it's like, if things look, act, sound like a duck, aren't they usually a duck? We love an income claim. Pretty sure it's against Terranot's policies and procedures. I never heard anyone talking about this MLM, but it's bad. I just deposited $330 into my bank account today. That's over $500 this month, y'all. Yeah, definitely an income claim, and I think any MLM out there, like, you cannot make an income claim. Terranot, I have never heard of that MLM. But maybe because, like, nobody's really heard about them, they think they can get away with things that, like, other MLMs... I mean, to be fair, you can't get away with... I was gonna say you can't get away with making income claims, but it's not like any of them really get in trouble about it, at least as far as I know. I'm sure somebody has out there, and a lot of them know not to do it. But I'm just saying, flexing that you've made $500 so far in the month or for the month, dressed like, you know, you're going to work, you know, dressed decently nice. I think she looks cute, and being like, I've made $500 in my business. And it's like, yeah, I feel like in many other businesses, you don't see people doing this. They don't need to flex that they're making money in their own business or in the company that they work for. That's implied. But in an MLM, never implied that you're making money. So you have to share that you're making money so that people know that this is legit. I have to see what the comments say on this one. It's also like, question mark, are we supposed to be impressed with this amount of money? Anyone could make this work in a part-time minimum wage job. You wouldn't even have to work 20 hours a week. Absolutely. It's such a weird flex that's like, I made $500 in a month, and it's like, there's lots of people that work part-time making more than $500 in a month, and they don't have to flex about it, and they probably still work less than she did. Testers needed. If you could chew 2 yummy gummies per day and lose up to 20 to 30 pounds, specifically targeting your tummy and shrinking your waistline, would you try it? My friend Hun needs 10 testers in the next 48 hours. And somebody responds, no, because targeting weight loss locations is a myth, and those gummies distributed by MLM companies state that they are intended to be used in conjunction with a calorie-restricted diet. CISO, or calories in, calories out, is all that's needed for weight loss, not a specific gummy. The ingredients in the The ingredients in the gummy are fiber, carbs, sugar, and apple cider vinegar, all of which are available for cents on the dollar OTC, but are not necessary for weight loss. And the OP said the comment was deleted shortly after this screenshot. The person who responded to this, you can't argue with science, really, and I absolutely could not agree with them more. For them to say, like, chewing 2 gummies a day will target specific fat where you want it to be, usually in the stomach area is pretty much what people want. But realistically thinking about it, how the heck are gummies going to do that? Like, if that was the case, then everybody would be promoting it if it honestly worked. And I agree, is that on their thing, there's like a disclaimer that says like, oh, make sure to restrict your calories. Yeah, that's going to, of course, work. But they're gonna make people think that it's the gummies that are working and not them limiting their calorie intake, which of course would work. So it'd be like, with calorie restriction and weight and working out along with these gummies, you'll lose weight. No, it's not the gummies that are doing that. It is the restricting your calories a little bit and working out. That is absolute science, and it's just gross that it works. It's like, it's the gummies that are doing it. It works makes me so angry. And any of these weight loss MLMs would be so angry because they are looking for people who are looking for an answer, who are desperate to lose weight, who, you know, are like, you know, they feel like they've tried so many ways, and for people to be like, hey, all you have to do is chew these gummies and you'll lose 20 to 30 pounds. That's ridiculous. So then what? They're gonna chew these 2 gummies. I'm getting way too worked up. Okay. They're gonna chew these 2 gummies, and then let's say they just go about their natural day of what they're used to doing, and if they're not losing weight, then what? They go to the person who sold them. I'm saying that loosely, but they're gonna go to the distributor and say, why am I not losing weight? It's like, oh, well, have you tried restricting your calories? That's what's supposed to happen along with, you know, taking these gummies. And that's a scam. That is an absolute scam. It makes me so mad. See what the comments say. I will say I tried Golly gummies and I had some of the best of my life. And it's kind of the other thing that they may just also do is that's because It Works is also known for their skinny coffee, which, I mean, I don't know how pooping yourself is at all healthy. Happy 10th anniversary. Congratulations on achieving this beautiful milestone. May the years to come bring you belief, growth, and abundance of spirit, joy, and success. Here's to many more years of building a beautiful Mary Kay business. And I'm assuming that's the CEO of Mary Kay. They gave them a pen and this card, and OP says, congratulations on 10 years. Here's a pen. 10 years is definitely a major milestone, and the most that you could do for your distributors is send out a pen, a Mary Kay pen that you could make, that they could have made themselves. I mean, there are so many businesses that mass produce pens and they lose them all the time, give them to random customers that come in for free. Like, these are items that are not special, and they just gave them a pen. But as always, they don't care about the people that make them money in the company. They just are like, hey, we want to make you feel special without really doing anything. But hey, they sent them a pen. My Monate sister and her Monate friends used to spend hours getting their hair ready to take photos. I don't talk to my sister anymore, but I wanted to share this story as it's my own personal experience with MLMs, and a year later, it still makes me laugh. Also, keep in mind, I'm a tomboy, and up until 2 years ago, my head was shaved constantly, so I know nothing about hair. My sister started selling Monate and did for almost 2 years. I don't know if she's still in. Last year, she had a photo op thing with some other sellers to promote the products. Let me tell you, the was shady. These people showed up early in the morning and worked on their hair until afternoon. When they showed up, I noticed their hair all looked really awful, but didn't think much of it as they all had buns and stuff in. I just remember thinking, these people sell hair products? I was in and out all morning, so I didn't watch the whole process, but I did see them clipping in fake hair and smothering their hair in product. I just washed my hair and tied it up, so I don't really know what was what, but there was a lot of talk about oils and this will make it shine and hiding tracks. Like, these girls worked their hair to death for hours, and the finished product versus the starting point were completely and totally different. Then to top it off, they all wore matching bandanas which covered the top of their heads. It was astonishing. I went with them to the beach. I won't describe the photos exactly because I don't want people figuring out who my sister is. My family hates me enough. That's sad. And every time they posed on the boardwalk, one would go around and carefully place everyone's hair and tease it out, which I think they just fluffed it with a hairbrush to make the hair look bigger. I remember my sister telling the others to make sure they held their heads slightly back for the behind shots, and I realized they were trying to artificially increase the length of their hair. Later, when they posted pics, they had obviously been very heavily edited. Between all of the product use, the fake hair, the manipulative angles, and the filters, these women looked like total strangers. The entire thing disgusted me, to be honest. Maybe it's just me, but if you're gonna sell luxury hair product, you should just wash, dry, and brush it out so people can see exactly what they are getting. I mean, who uses clip-in hair to sell hair products? It reminded me of the story of the Emperor's New Clothes. A bunch of fake-ass people hyping up other fake-ass people over fake. Wow. This is not surprising to hear at all that people in Monate are fake and that they would go to extreme lengths to make their hair look as amazing, wonderful, and perfect as they can in order to sell a product. And yes, of course, one could argue that in you know, everyday ads, especially for hair care products, they do over-exaggerate, overexpose the look of everything. But isn't the whole point of Monet's that you're supposed to be different and not like the billion-dollar company? Like, we're not like other billionaire companies. But no, you are exactly like them with the fakeness. And you're doing this all yourself, though. Like, at least with advertisements, like, those people are being paid and it's being paid to put out. This is all for free. They're doing this all for free. The photo shoot's free, the hair's free, all day that they're working to take these pictures that may or may not get them a sale or a downline. All of that is free work. Gotta see what the comments say. I've said it many times and I'll say it again. In MLMs, dishonesty is not only tolerated, but encouraged. And there is no other quote or anything that describes an MLM more than that. They have no issue with people being fake. They have no issue with people lying. Of course, they'll come out with statements and say like, oh, we don't want you to say this, but I mean, we remember how much during COVID, the essential oil MLMs like Young Living and doTERRA, I believe they were like promoting that if you use their products that it could prevent you from getting COVID. And it's like, you cannot make that claim. You can absolutely not make that claim. And I know that one of the two or both like made a statement being like, hey, we told our distributors not to do that. But the fact that they would even do that, they would go to those lanes to sell their product, because in MLMs, they don't really monitor what their people are doing, because again, they don't care about their distributors. They'll fire them, they'll get rid of them, they'll let them keep going. They don't care. They'll just put out a statement and be like, oh, well, we said don't do it, so whatever they do, that's on you if you believe it or not. They don't care about their people, they don't care about their customers, they only care about themselves and the money they're making. How to build an empire. Join 8 MLMs. I didn't know you sold Zaya. Yep, I have a few businesses. You aren't the only one. It's a fun thing to build an empire. Yes, it is. I think I am up to 5 now. I have 8, but 5 are more serious. So 2 Huns just interacting with each other, proud that they are either a part of 5 different MLMs or 8 different MLMs, or at least have joined between 5 and 8 MLMs. I thought with certain MLMs, maybe just certain ones, but I thought with specific ones you couldn't join other MLMs alongside those MLMs. So it's like 1 MLM at a time per person, but maybe certain ones you are allowed to like do 2 at a time. Like if you want to do like LuLaRoe, doTERRA, Monet, and Beachbody all at the same time, there you go. I mean, that's all. You're spending a lot of money at that point. You are really just losing out. There is no way. I mean, I guess you're spreading yourself around so you have a greater variety of product behind you. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, because I just feel like there's no way they're legitimately making money by being a part of 8 different MLMs. So guys, see what the comments say. Saw this on Facebook today. Purple is my cousin. Who knew that it took 8 MLMs to build an empire? You would think that if you have to join 8 of them, somewhere between numbers 2 and 8, you would realize this doesn't actually work. But apparently not. And somebody responded, it must be a reverse funnel empire. Yeah, absolutely. I know. Isn't the whole idea of creating your own business, so joining one MLM is because it's the most amazing, magical, wonderful thing you've ever joined, and it should be the one that makes you money. But realistically, she needs to join 8 of them to maybe see at least maybe money coming in, not necessarily being profitable, but seeing money come in somewhere between one of those 8. I don't know. If you have 8 MLM businesses, I think that's a red flag that you need to just do something else. Okay, we've reached the end of the video, so we all know what that means. It is meme time. It says, want to make an additional $25,000 per hour for doing part-time work, pressuring and pushing friends and family members to buy essential oils and makeup has never been easier. That is absolutely how it sounds. Like, they could argue that this is not how it sounds, and well, we would never say it's easy, and we'd never say that it's part-time work. Well, they say you can work it in the nooks and crannies of your time, which arguably you could say that that's maybe 20 minutes, because I know we have heard on this channel people say, well, some people only work this 20 hours a day. Again, I keep lately in my videos doing these like Freudian slips. I was gonna say 20 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day, like, oh, on your lunch break, that's when people fit it in, or picking up the kids from school and waiting in the pickup line is when we start, or when we do this business, or when we have people do this business. And it's easy to say that, but realistically, it takes so much more work than doing this 30 minutes a day. Because the hard part, of course, is finding people who will not only listen to you, but buy the product, and more importantly, join underneath you and believe that this is a real business and not a scam. So that takes a lot more time than 30 minutes a day, unless you have friends and family who maybe don't know about MLMs, a little more open to buying from you than other people do. And they can, and again, we've heard this is like, you don't need to have a big following. You don't need to have friends and family to do it. That's a myth. And it's like, it's not a myth, because we've heard so many people say, oh, you have friends and family. You can invite them to your parties. It's so fun. And then you can get your friends to invite your friends. So it's all word of mouth and traveling. And that's what you need. But if you don't have a big group of friends or a large family that even want to spend money, then you gotta resort to strangers, and that's going to take a lot of time, a lot of sending messages, a lot of interacting with people, and it's exhausting. And also, again, to say like, oh, well, we know you have friends and family, that's expecting your friends and family to buy from you. And something that we all know that we do not like here on this channel is expecting things from your friends and family. There are so many better ways to start your own business, to go from the ground up, than joining an MLM. MLM, red flag. We don't like it. Alright, you guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really, really liked it, please subscribe. Let's talk anything and everything anti-MLM in the comments below. And until my next video, I will see you guys then. Bye!